What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, managing editor, Fightful MMA.com, Bellator MMA London 223. We're doing this a little bit differently. I'm doing a quick results video. We will recap this show in full Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Fightful MMA podcast with Showdown Joe Ferraro and myself. I mentioned on the UFC Greenville results, this is the most no BS MMA podcast you will see. No bridges left to burn. But let's go ahead and talk about Bellator 223 / London / whatever the hell this was. Bellator has got to figure out something between their app, between DAZN, between Paramount, and all this crap in between about getting these on one series of outlets and not tape delayed. It's a mess. Couldn't figure out anything. And I cover this. Let's get that shit straight. Some of the more notable prelims. Oliver Enkamp won via submission, round 1, 454. You had Galore Bafando defeating Keith McCabe via unanimous decision. Kate Jackson defeated Elena via TKO, round 1, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. That was very one-sided. Kate Jackson, way more dedicated these days. You also move on to the main card. James Gallagher defeated Jeremiah Labiano via unanimous decision. Probably not the way that Gallagher wanted to win, but still a win nonetheless. One that he needed, one that Bellator wanted him to have, and one that is important to this Bellator London, Bellator Europe brand. Paul Daley defeated Erik Silva by unanimous decision. Again, not the type of finish that you want out of a Paul Daley fight. You look for him to be a wrecking machine, especially when he's in there with Erik Silva. But he gets the job done. 29-27 across the board. You look at the trajectory of Paul Daley, and he needed to win this. He had lost 2 in a row to Michael Page and John Fitch. Before that, he was very inconsistent. He hasn't been on a winning streak since 2015, 2016. So a win for him. Very good news as far as it comes to Bellator still booking him in a prominent role. And Erik Silva, a guy that people know. Aaron Chalmers defeated Fred Freeman via triangle choke, round 2, 405. You had Melvin Manhoof still throwing some bombs at his age. Defeated Kent Kapanen by unanimous decision. I hope I pronounced that right. 29-28 across the board. And then the surprise, the shocker. Cincinnati's own Rafael Lovato Jr. defeated Gegard Mousasi via majority decision, 47-47 draw. And then you had 2 48-47s in favor of Lovato. You do have to wonder, were one of those rounds a 10-8 by Gegard Mousasi? Either way, if he wants a rematch, he's probably getting it in this division. But Rafael Lovato Jr. ends the 8-fight winning streak of Gegard Mousasi. That is huge. Gegard Mousasi, quite frankly, could compete at light heavyweight if he wanted to, and maybe he will now. But we had talked about him maybe challenging Ryan Bader down the line for the light heavyweight title. He's going to have to get a win under his belt now, especially with Lyoto Machida winning recently. But this ends the 8-fight winning streak of Mousasi, which involved wins over Talis Lates, Thiago Santos, Vitor, Uriah Hall, Weidman, Shlemenko, Carvalho, Rory Macdonald. The only loss he's had before this in the last 4 or 5 years was that Uriah Hall fight, which a lot of people feel some type of way about. I mean, he's beaten some great fighters in his day. He's competed across 3 weight divisions. But Rafael Lovato Jr. gets the job done. He is now 10-0. Lovato came into Bellator just over 2 years ago after a Legacy FC run and beat some pretty good fighters. Beat Chris Honeycutt. Beat Mike Biggie Rhodes. Beat Gerald Harrison, John Salter. But still, a lot of people wondered, is he ready for a guy like Gegard Mousasi? I was one of those people who wondered. But he was ready. And is the new Bellator middleweight world champion. So now Rafael Carvalho and Alexander Shlemenko remain the most successful Bellator middleweight champions. They both defended their championships 3 times each. Gegard Mousasi was able to defend his once against Rory Macdonald. Who's next for Lovato? Do you think it's Mousasi based on how close the fight was? Let us know. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe. We're out.